One of the most common questions I get asked is how I set up my squad view, my schedule views, my in-game touchline tablet. Basically, how do you customize FM24 to make it look the way it looks when I play in my videos? So let's show you how. And let's start off by showing you what I actually mean. So when you load up FM24 for the first time, I guess your squad view, I think it loads up in the general info one. It will look something like this, which is fine, but not particularly useful. It doesn't have things like average rating and stuff like that on there. And of course, you've all seen me playing with this one, which does have some more useful information on, still keeps most of the stuff that's on the general info one, but adds in things like their training rating, how well they play, basically the things you need to know when you're deciding how to pick your team, how well they're training, how well they're playing, how much they're being paid when their contracts expire, what their star ratings are according to your staff, that kind of thing. And to do this, it is super easy. I mean, step one, if you had it last year, as you can see, this is actually my FM23 squad view. So if you've got last year's one, whether you downloaded it directly, got it off the Steam Workshop, you can just drag and drop it from your FM23 folder to your FM24 folder. I'll show you what I mean. So in your documents, you should have a folder called Sports Interactive. If you go into that, you'll have folders with the Sports Interactive games you've got installed on your PC. As you can see, FM23, FM24. When you go into those folders, there will be a folder called Views. If there's not, you can make it just by right-clicking New and then typing in Views, but I'm pretty sure this is one of the ones that's there as standard. And then you can go into your previous year's game and you'll see that one also has views. You can literally just grab the views from last year, drag them over into this year, and they will work. That's all I've done, and then I just renamed them FM24. So that's my squad view and my schedule view. They will work if you do that. So if you've already got them from previous years, you're sorted. They'll be in there if you got them off the Steam Workshop as well. You don't need to have downloaded them directly from me for them to be in that folder. Now, I can't put them on the Steam Workshop yet for FM24. They'll be on there as soon as the full game launches and Steam Workshop is a thing. So once Steam Workshop is out, this video is moot because you'll be able to just subscribe to them on Steam Workshop. But if you don't have last year's and are here before Steam Workshop is a thing, we've got a link for you as well. So the link is down in the description below, and it should download into your downloads folder looking like this, a zip file, which you can then just unzip. I use WinRAR for all my unzipping needs because, I mean, this is not a sponsorship. It's good. It works. The built-in Windows one is a little bit iffy, but it'll unpack into a folder that looks like this. And then eventually you'll get down to those same exact files. And it is just the same situation again. You drag and drop them into your FM24 views folder. There you go. I can replace the ones that are there because it's literally the same. And then once they're in your views folder within Football Manager, you can go to custom and then import view, and then your import view automatically loads up the views folder, and you'll see that the ones that we've just downloaded and copied over in there. So we can add the LOLLUJO squad view FM24. Now I'm playing on a 28-inch 4K monitor, so some of the distances might not be quite right. It might not look exactly like this straight away. If that's the case, you can just right click anywhere on this little title line and go auto size all columns, and it will fit the columns to the resolution of your monitor. We also have the schedule view, which changes the schedule from that, which is a bit meh, to the one that I always use. And again, it's the same process: import view, and then you want LOLLUJO schedule view. And then once again, if it doesn't quite fit exactly how you want it, you can auto size all columns, and then your schedule will look like my schedule. Another thing I get asked a lot is how I get my touchline tablet to look like this in game, with 6 different tabs on there. Again, it's pretty much a screen resolution thing. Because I'm playing on a large screen, I can fit more stuff on. But you can mimic having a larger monitor if you're on a smaller monitor or on a laptop by going into settings, view all preferences, so you can get to the preferences screen your normal way as well, but you can do it in match. And then we go into overview, and then you can adjust the scaling of your game. Now mine is scaled to 125% because I'm on a big monitor and I want it to look good in video. Yours will probably be on 100% as standard. If you're on 100% and you only have four tabs on your touchline tablet. Usually if you drop down to 95% from 100, so 100 is there, if you drop down to 95, you'll probably get the sixth one on if you've already got 4. If you've only got 2, you're probably playing on quite a small laptop. You can try taking it down to 85. It might get you to 4. You're probably not going to get all of the way to 6, but you can mess around with these settings and basically you're zooming in and out on the game. If none of this works, unfortunately the only solution is get a higher resolution monitor, which I know is not particularly helpful, but I think the most helpful thing is if you've only got 4, you're on 100% at the moment. If you drop to 95, you'll barely notice it, but you'll probably get all 6 of those tabs in. And then once you've got them, they are fully customizable as well. People don't always realize you can click the little drop down arrows and set this up to look how you want it. So I always have my formations there, my match stats there, my team stats there. That's usually the league table, but this isn't a league game, so it's not there. And I have my latest scores there, but you can customize this to show whatever you want in these different areas. And on that topic, the other area where you can massively customize how your Football Manager looks is just on the homepage. I often have a play around with it. I've not really had much of a play around with it this year, but on your homepage, you can customize how this looks. You can move stuff around. Anywhere where you've got these little arrows, you have the option of displaying something else. So if you're not interested in training and you don't want the training performance on here, you can put something else on there. You can completely change the way Football Manager looks without needing to change the skin. I've never used a custom skin in a game of Football Manager. I've never felt the need to. If you go into player profiles, as standard, it will look like this. Again, on a bigger monitor, on a smaller monitor, some of these boxes won't be there. One thing I know a lot of people like, though, is to have the attribute analysis there rather than the biography. You can put that in, you lose the biography. If you want to play without being able to see player attributes, you can actually change this one so it's your attribute analysis and then put something else here, like the comparison with players in the squad, and you now are in a situation where you can't see any of the individual numbers and you have to pick your players based on the stats, based on the player comparisons, the polygon. Again, you can customize it to look however you want. All of this stuff is changeable. I urge you to have a play around with it and make it look the way you want it to look so it works for your game. You can't actually, as far as I'm aware, download custom views for player profiles and homepage profiles. That's when you get into the land of skinning. But you can customize it to how you want it to look and play around with it to your heart's content. And again, if you want more stuff to appear on this screen, on the player profile screen, that scaling page is your friend. Take it down to 95% and all of a sudden loads more stuff becomes available for you to have a play around with. And that, boys and girls, was a very quick whistle-stop tour on how to customize your FM24 to make it look the way you want it to look without having to go as far as messing around with skins, because skins are confusing. If you also want to know how to put things like real kits, real player faces, real club logos in, I've already made videos on all of those. They're in a playlist here on the channel. Just check down in the description below or click one of these videos here now and you'll be able to go and see those as well. But if you have enjoyed this video or at least found it helpful, please leave a thumbs up on it for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos and thank you very much for watching.